everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the Chicago Bears franchise. And I wanted to get this episode right off the bat with some positive news. Jaquan Brisker getting the opportunity to upgrade from star to superstar. We're going to have to hold him to less than 150 passing yards or make two game-changing plays with him, whether it be forcing a fumble, an interception, tackle for loss, or a sack. We're going to try and have to find ways to get him involved defensively if we want to increase our chances of him accomplishing that goal, and of course making our defense that much better. We know our defense didn't have any superstar talent until Travis Gibson got his upgrade. Adding a second guy who's developed within the system within the first season and getting that trait with him could be huge for our team. Now here comes Carlos Santos with the initial opening kickoff here, and that's going to start it off. We're playing against Miami. Of course, we have to be careful for a lot of different things. Most importantly, their speed offensively. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. They're going to want to test us deep. Whether Tua can get it down there is going to be something I want to see, especially, I don't know if he's been upgraded in the throw power range. I don't even know if he's at a 90. So we're going to see how that translates into the game. I haven't seen too many people use Tua within my online games. I haven't played him within my franchises too much. So I'm going to be interested to see how Tua plays, and especially with the speed that he has. How does he translate? But of course, first play, testing deep, and Desmond Trufant getting his two hands on it, unable to come down with it. So a 2nd and 10. So perhaps an answer to my questions right off the bat on the first play. How often are they going to test him deep? Well, they test him deep on the first play, and is Tua going to be able to get these guys with a lead? He is unable to do so on that one. So we'll see if that's a trend that continues throughout the game, because if so, we're going to be prepared for that. We're going to make sure that we can make plays on those balls. So forcing the punt here on their first drive, we're going to see Justin Fields here for the first time, having himself a decent season. Still, want to see him throw more touchdowns, want to see the interceptions come down, and we also want to see him use his legs more often. We want to see him use his abilities to the maximum possibility. We need to see him do that more often. It's something I didn't want to focus on at the start of the season. We really wanted to develop him as a passer, but I'm realizing now that his ability as a passer has a lot to do with his mobility, able to get out of the pocket, make plays off the broken plays, buy himself extra time to find open guys. We need to be able to take advantage of that. Finding Byron Pringle on the drag route there, waiting for him to get all the way across the field, so he had a good pocket there, but that's going to be a gain of 24. Now Justin Fields going to keep it on the read, and this is exactly what we were talking about, trying to make a man miss, but he's going to be taken down, gain of 19. We really want him to shine within this offense, and that means that we are going to use him to maximize his ability, whatever that is. Now going to the back of the end zone, just one of those bad decisions there, looking for Chase Claypool, really trying to get him involved as he's a new piece to this offense, and just throwing off the back foot leads him way too much, doesn't put enough air on it, so he's not even able to get in position for the ball, and that's going to be an easy interception for the Miami Dolphins. So on their second drive now, they get a big momentum play. Let's see if they can take advantage, getting 8 yards to Gesicki on first down. Going to go on the reverse on the very next play, and this is what we need to be careful for. Eddie Jackson over pursuing, and thankfully he's still tripped up, and we are able to get him all before he gets to full speed. 1st and 10 now on the 35. Once again, going man, we want to bring pressure towards Tua. They are going to throw it down to Chase Edmonds, and that's going to be a loss of about 3. 2nd and 14 now on the 31. He's going to hand this one off right up the middle. That's going to be Chase Edmonds once again, who's looking like he's going to take a majority of the snaps here at running back for Miami. 3rd and 10 now on the 35. We've been able to find success on 1st and 2nd down so far against them, and Travis Gibson going to create contact on Tua, unable to get off with a clean throw. And we are going to force another punt and another opportunity for us to respond and hopefully put some points up on the board. Justin Fields under center here, taking his time, trying to read the defense. David Montgomery's going to take it right up the middle, and Jerome Baker out of position there, but a great athlete, able to fight his way back in and make the tackle. David Montgomery on the stretch the very next play, fighting, but fumbles it, and Xavier Howard with one hand picks it up out of the pile, and thankfully Justin Fields is there to take him down, but 2 turnovers within our first 2 drives. Chicago struggling early on offense. Looking around, Tua's going to dump this one off, but taken down as he's making the catch. Eddie Jackson was the man in coverage. Going now, man coverage. Eddie Jackson once again all over it, and he's just a magnet for the ball today. That's going to be a loss of about 5, so a 3rd and 15, and our success on early downs continues to shine as Robert Quinn, coming off the edge, is going to get his first sack of the game, and they are going to be forced to take a long field goal. Kicking it now, and this one's going to be shanked wide right. I don't even know if that had the distance, maybe a problem with the hold there. But Teddy Bridgewater's a pretty reliable guy. I doubt I'd blame him. So it's going to be a bad kick here, and we get decent field position. But a 3rd fumble for David Montgomery, and enough is enough. Our 3rd turnover within our first 3 drives. We are still in the first quarter, and Tua's now getting his 3rd drive of the game. 2nd and 10 now after a run that goes nowhere. Tua is going to roll out, throw it, hit as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete as that one floats in the air. Luckily for him, none of our first level defense is able to shed their block and get into that range, because that didn't drop too far from the line. Tua, very next play, is not going to get the intentional grounding. Of course, we turned it off because the intentional grounding in this game brings on a whole other slew of problems, as this kick is absolutely shanked right as well. Rare miss there. They tend to be able to hit most kicks, but those are not even close, which is what is surprising me more than anything. It's not that they're not hitting them, it's the fact that they're not even getting close. Finding Cole Kmet, buying extra time by rolling out to the left. This is exactly what we're talking about with Justin Fields and what he's capable of doing on his feet. On the 12-yard line now, after an explosive play, Justin Fields going to air it out, and that's going to be Ryan Griffin taken down. That's going to be a gain of about 2, staying into the shotgun here. He's going to have Montgomery off to his right, handing it off to the left, another inside zone, and that's going to be a pickup of 7. 5 rushes, 16 yards. Miami has stacked the box for a majority of the game, and it has worked for them. They have limited our big runs. Of course, we get the touchdown there on short yardage. Great to see that for David Montgomery, but for the most part, they've been pretty good against our run. Looking out now, he's going to test it deep. Eddie Jackson getting burned, but underthrown once again. Looking for Tyreek Hill, and he's going to be able to get deflected, as Eddie Jackson was actually able to get back to the positioning of the ball, but we also had safety help over the top. But once again, Tua throwing it deep, unable to connect to one of his speedy receivers. Throwing it short there on the crossing route is going to be enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 now, as we are finally going to be getting the final seconds of the first quarter as we hit the 30-second mark. And it's going to be another dump off there to the middle. It's going to be Cedric Wilson, so it's going to be a 2nd and 5 now. Dropping back, more crossing plays, and he's going to find Mike Gesicki, who's going to turn it upfield, and Jaquan Brisker is going to be able to push him out of bounds. So there's a tackle for Jaquan Brisker. Haven't been able to see him get too involved so far yet today, but still an early game, and he's getting quite a bit of opportunity and playing time with the way our offense has turned the ball over 3 times. The opportunities are going to come if the rhythm of this game continues the way it has. 2nd and 9 now on the 44. He's going to throw it to the out route, and Kyler Gordon. Ooh, so close to getting the interception. He's going to be able to knock it down as he swats it down with the left hand. But that could have been a big play for our defense. Now Tua going to roll out. He's got the speed. He's going to hit down the sideline. It's going to be Jalen Smith eventually getting him, but not before the gain of 22. So both quarterbacks have had one very good run here to start off the game. Handing it off down to Chase Edmonds, and that's going to be a big hit from Kyler Gordon coming down as he was held up by the pile. Well, there was enough of a chunk of him there to get a big hit on him. Handing it off on the very next play with a power with the fullback in, and that's going to be a gain of about 5. So they're going to go hurry up here on this 3rd and 3, trying to catch us off tempo. Going on 2, trying to catch somebody offside. We have the stunt coming over the left, but with all day in the pocket, finding his tight end. But he's going to step out of bounds, and they are unable to come down with the catch. So for the 3rd time, the field goal team comes out, and this time barely sneaking in to the left of the post there. That's going to be 3 points for Miami. 7-3 now in the second quarter. Looking for a big play action. Finding Darnell Mooney. Xavier Howard was the man in coverage, just a step and a half behind, able to make the tackle before he turns it upfield. Justin Fields now under center, fullback out. We're going play action, looking for the screen to the tight end, and he's going to be taken down for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Trying to come out and make a A little bit of a trick play here, try and confuse the defense, unable to do so. And on the very next play, a simple draw play, and we're going to have one of our better receivers, Byron Pringle, go down to injury. So we're going to see N'Keal Harry take a majority of his snaps coming off the bench. Very next play, finding Chase Claypool, and he is just so strong after the catch that he's able to break the tackle, turn it upfield, and get us the first down on third down. First and 10 now on the 36. Justin Fields looking around, dumping it off to David Montgomery, but this one's going to go right through his hands, and we see an abdominal tear for Byron Pringle, and that is usually a 3 to 4 week injury, so he's definitely not going to be back today, and we might not see him for quite a while. N'Keal Harry coming in his absence is going to pick up the first down on the drag route here. Still going to get the opportunity. He kind of got bumped down the depth chart with the emergence of Chase Claypool within the team. But with the injury of Byron Pringle, he's going to get another opportunity to flesh out a role for himself, and I'm interested to see what he can do with it. Second and 10 now. Justin Fields is going to roll out to the right. He's going to be able to outrun one person, trying to make a man miss to the outside, but Xavier Howard doing a great job in the open field. A good gain, but not a touchdown, so it's going to be a first and goal on the 6. The offense stays out on the field. David Montgomery right up the middle. We go with the read option here, but he's going to hand it off. Hurry up here. We like what we saw with the formation they're in. We think we can beat them in the pass game, perhaps. So, on second and goal on the 3, we go play action, looking around. Fields dropping back, and he's just uncomfortable throwing it to the back of the end zone. It looks like they were just running into each other in the same vicinity, worried that it might create confusion. Looks like he wanted to throw it at the very end, but unable to do so. So, after a great play to get us in position to score a touchdown, we're actually going to end up going from the 3-yard line to the 12 and be forced to take a field goal to make this a 7-point game. So a great stand there by the Miami defense. 4 minutes now in the second. This has been an action-packed first quarter in the sense that we've seen turnovers, we've seen big plays, and there's another one. Jalen Waddle. And the ball thrown right on him. He's unable to catch it in stride, but he does make it there this time. Jalen Waddle creating enough separation with the speed. That's going to be a 37-yard gain. On the very next play, they try to slow it back down. They're going to run it with Chase Edmonds for a loss of 2. So here we are on second and 12. Tua going to be in the shotgun here, handing it off to Chase Edmonds. That's going to be a gain of 1. So not a great play there on second down. Third and 11 here, third and long. We've put them in this situation quite a few times here today. What will they do? Sitting in the cover 3, trying to roll out to the left, finding nothing, throwing it out of bounds. So they're going to punt the ball, and the Chicago Bears are going to get back on offense. On first down, David Montgomery finding the outside. He's going to pick up a gain of about 15. So on first down, starting off well, officially hitting the 2-minute warning. First and 10 now, looking around, going play action, going to air it out for David Montgomery, putting a little bit of touch on that, but he's going to catch that ball and lose one. So it's going to be second and 11. Finding the outside there, looking for N'Keal Harry, but a little overthrown and unable to connect. Third and long now, trying to get them offside, and we do it, but we have a free play here. Chase Claypool is going to get the catch. But getting them offside there, so that's going to be a free 5 yards. So I do believe we're end up just going to taking the 3rd and 6 here, as the Chase Claypool play wasn't going to get us the first down anyway. 3rd and 6 now. Justin Fields is going to find Chase Claypool for the second time in a row, finding him in the post route there. That's going to be a big first down to keep this drive alive. Now going to stretch it down the field, but unable to turn his hips and get some power to get it downfield. He had the corner route open, but just trying to throw it too early and unable to get his feet down and make the throw. Very next play, David Montgomery getting the big first down, so it's going to be a first and 10 now, 33 seconds. The time has been draining. Going to go with N'Keal Harry on the little reverse there. That's going to be a forward pass, so that's going to be a gain of 5. Time winding down, 13 seconds. We haven't used any of our timeouts. You got to wonder what we're trying to do. Rolling out to the left, time going down, finding Cole Kmet, but unable to get it. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5, and the time finally slows down, but trying to go for Chase Claypool over the top. Unfortunately incomplete, and that gives us just enough time for the field goal. So getting right into the second half, we are leading 13-6. We need to be more efficient offensively. We need to cut down the turnovers, and we have to start capping off our drives with a 6. Luckily, we're going to get to start with the ball on offense in the second half, so we come away with the points to end the first half, and now we get the ball here in the second half, so you got to think we have a little bit of momentum going forward. Finding Velus Jones on the crosser, he's going to get the big gain. We're going to stay in the hurry up here, empty back set. Justin Fields going to step into the pocket but be taken down. That's going to be a gain of 1, won't be recorded as a sack. On the 42 now, Fields going to try and throw it out of bounds. That's a risky throw in the cover 2. The corner stayed down. And we had the little out route there by the running back, but he was right there with him. Had it been on the mark, that would have been a dangerous play. But finding Chase Claypool on his back foot. 3rd and 9, we needed a big play. Well, we get the first down and more. And it's going to be a roughing the passer on Miami, which is going to advance us even more. So now on the 11-yard line, 1st and 10, Justin Fields once again gets us in a situation to put some points up on the board. Hopefully we can come out with 6 this time. Going to his check down there, the 4 verticals were not an option, so we get 6 on 1st down. 2nd and 4, Justin Fields in the shotgun. He's got his tight end off to the right, 2 tight ends actually. Going to hand it off to David Montgomery right up the middle. That's going to be a gain of 4 to make it a 3rd and inches. On the 1-yard line, going play actions, dumping it off to the back of the end zone, and had he just dumped it off to David Montgomery, he might have been able to make the play, but trying to get Cole Kmet in the back, and he's not going to be able to make the play. David Montgomery trying to cut it upfield on the pitch on 4th and inches and unable to get it. So just like that, the Miami Dolphins once again stop us on offense and get the ball back on the 4-yard line. Finding Chase Edmonds right down the middle. That's going to be his best run of the day. It's going to be Jaquan Brisker laying down the hit, but he's unable to force a fumble there. We're still looking for him to meet some of his goals. We have yet to really say his name throughout this game, and it does at this point have me a little worried. 3rd and 5 now. Tua is going to drop back. He's going to find, I believe that's Tyreek Hill on the sideline. It is. He's going to have him delayed. It was a zone defense. The hook gets open. He's going to buy extra time and eventually hit him on the sideline. A great design play. Or I guess you should say a great job by Tua for staying poised and finding the open guy. And you can see Jaquan Brisker coming down with quite a bit of speed, laying down the hip. So he's getting involved. He's laying the big hits, but we're not getting those results that we want at the end of the play that we're looking for to upgrade. So as good as these plays are for him, they're not necessarily what we're looking for. 3rd and inches, he's going to run it up the middle. That's going to be enough for the first down. So a 1st and 10 on the 34 now. Tua is going to go under center. He's got the bunch off to the right. He's going to hand this one off right down the middle, and that's going to be, I believe, Nick Murrow able to create contact there to take him down. 2nd and 5 now. They're going empty, and Desmond Trufant doing what he's been doing all year. Just unfortunate that he can't take that one back all the way. Tua now rolling out, buying extra time in the pocket, and he's just going to end up throwing this one out of bounds. So the 4th and 5 on the 39, they're going to bring out the punter. Punt now is going to take him down to the 16, but Ebner is going to try and get to the outside. Tristan Ebner unable to get the big gain that we're looking for. So still a 1-possession game. Justin Fields on the 25, going to hand it up the middle. David Montgomery running over Holland. And he's going to be taken down by the second wave defender, but a good gain of 7 there. Justin Fields now going to slowly roll out to the right, eventually just pulling it down, getting the block, and he's going to turn upfield, getting out of bounds, not taking a hit, and a big gain by the Bears quarterback. On the 38 now, Justin Fields dropping back, looking around, and he's going to throw this one into the ground as he's hit as he throws. He was looking for the dig route down the middle, but unfortunately not enough time for that to connect. So 2nd and 10 on the 38. Justin Fields looking around, recognizes man, finds N'Keal Harry, gives him the jump ball on the corner, but a natural rub route there with the post and the corner right under it. He's able to get him wide open. Unfortunately unable to turn upfield, but a nice play nonetheless. Trying to find Velus Jones on a corner route of his own, but throwing it out of bounds. 2nd and 10 now on the 17. David Montgomery up the middle. He's going to be taken down. That's going to be a gain of about 5. 3rd and 5 now. Justin Fields under center. Play action. Rolling off to his right. Finding Chase Claypool. That's a great anticipation throw. He knows where he's going to be. He waits for it and eventually connects on it. Great throw there by Justin Fields to take a 20-6 lead. Right up the middle now, Chase Edmonds is going to gain about 5. So Tua driving down the field. He's going to hand this one off to Chase Edmonds, breaking a tackle on the 2nd level, and that's going to be a great gain, putting them just short of midfield, handing it off for the 3rd time, breaking another tackle, and it seems like Chase Edmonds is just getting warmed up now in the dying seconds of the 3rd quarter. Going to give him a break here and go for the throw, finding Jalen Waddle, who also has superstar abilities, so these receivers are really game breakers, which makes it even more shocking that they have been unable to really get them involved as of yet. 2 seconds left. This is going to be the last play of the 3rd. Handing it off to Chase Edmonds. Fumbling! He's going to take the big hit. The 10 now. 12 minutes left, of course. We are starting the 4th quarter. And on the 25 after the fumble, we're going to gain 7 on the first run. Second and 3 now. Justin Fields is back in the shotgun, handing it off to David Montgomery for a gain of about 2, so unable to get the first down. So it's going to be a 3rd and 1 here. We are going to hand it off for the 3rd time, trying to bounce it to the outside, breaking a tackle. Eventually going to be taken down as he is 10 yards away from eclipsing the 100-yard mark once again. 1st and 10 now. Justin Fields dropping back. He's going to look to throw it downfield, looking for Chase Claypool, but overthrowing it just a little bit too much. And Javon Holland over the top, coming down with the interception. So this defense has been pretty good here today. They've made a couple standout plays, no doubt about it. 1st and 10, just throwing it out of bounds there, not finding anybody open. We're showing a pressure look here, and that's indeed what we're doing, but finding Tyreek Hill fresh off the release off Jalen Johnson in the press and backflipping into the end zone. There's no way anybody's going to catch him if he's fresh off a release, and we don't have a safety over top to help, and just beautiful execution on, one of the plays that we don't do too often. We brought him down. We probably shouldn't have against Tyreek, and we pay for it. So now they're down 8, so it's going to be 20-13. Once again, trying to go for one of these little weird reverses, and this time we're going to lose 4. So the last time when we had N'Keal Harry run it, it was more effective. 2nd and 14 now. Chase Claypool is going to be running the slant, but Justin Fields off to the right and eventually finding Chase Claypool. Risky throw there, and you really don't like seeing that. You want to see more separation on the slant, of course, in man coverage. You want to hit that earlier, ideally. Just not a beautiful, play there, but thankfully it works out. 2nd and 5 there after the run, we get 5. And then finding David Montgomery up the middle once again right after. That's going to be a big gain. It's going to be the safety coming down to make the hit. So 1st and 10 now on the 44. So a good drive here. We're running the clock down. We're doing what we need to do. Finding Chase Claypool over the top, over the in the seams. And that's going to be another 1st and 10 on the 17. So moving down the field, the passing game is starting to connect here. See if we can finish off this drive with a touchdown and put this game away for good. 2nd and 10, trying to find the corner route there by Chase Claypool, but we're going to throw it down and throw it into the dirt. Very next play, finding Darnell Mooney in the seam. He's going to run that from the slot, and it's going to be cover 3, getting in between the safeties, and a great throw there by Justin Fields with the read and the anticipation, knowing where he's going to be. On the out route there, he's going to run into the receiver, so he's going to be slowed down, and he is unable to get where Tua throws it, so it's going to be a 2nd 10 here. He's going to have 2 guys in the backfield blocking, so he wants to throw this one deep, and he indeed does, and finding Tyreek Hill and Eddie Jackson just close enough to make the tackle, but Tua absolutely unleashing the cannon, and Tyreek has 3 catches for 140 yards. That's exactly what you expect out of Tyreek Hill. 5.5 minutes left. Tua, empty back set here. We're going to bring the pressure to counter it. And he's going to throw this one to Gesicki on a short little sit route there in the man coverage. Unable to knock this one down on the ground. So a 1st down, 1st and 6. Here we go. He's going to throw this one to the backup tight end on this one. And it's going to be a flat route there for a gain of about 3. So 2nd and goal now. Tua in the pistol formation. Fullback off to the right. He's going to hand it off to the left, right up the middle, and stuffed. It's going to be a big stop by the linebacker. 3rd and goal now on the 1. They're going to opt to pass and finding the tight end off on the flat left. And that's going to be a touchdown. And they find a way to stay in this game and make this a 7-point game. So now here we are. And we still have to go out there and keep this ball safe. We have to get a couple first downs, try and get them to burn their timeouts. We need to run the clock here and make sure that they don't get the ball once more. 2nd and 7 now, going to hand it off for the 2nd time in a row and unable to get any yards there as he's actually backed up for 2. So 3rd and 9, we're going to be forced to run the ball once again and finding some open space, breaking a tackle, getting in the open field and being taken down at about the 28-29 here on the 31 of the opposite field, I should say. David Montgomery now is going to be taken down for a gain of 4. So this is what I'm talking about. He gets a big run and he's still not rotated off the field. And it has something to do with how the fatigue works in this game. And unfortunately, just not doing very good. Even at this point of the season, we're not seeing much rotation. So I've got to see if I can work on the fatigue. I know that it might be a little more effective at the end of the season when they're all very tired. But it's got to be more effective sooner. I know for at least running backs that just running 25 times a game, 4 games in a row doesn't really build up fatigue. It's really, making moves during the game that builds up the fatigue, and you really doesn't really see it come into effect because you really don't get the large enough effect that you should from pulling off these moves and just from running the ball and taking hits. It just doesn't really work. It's not as intuitive as it needs to be yet. So I'm thinking that's why for many positions that it just doesn't really affect the gameplay and the substitutions, the way that fatigue works in this game, and the way that the substitution sliders work off the fatigue. So that's going to be the end of the game, finishing off a sack. And unfortunately, Jaquan Brisker having a quiet game. We brought it up a couple times. We tried to put him in situations where he can make the plays, but unable to do so. So that's going to be the end of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we're going to move on to the next week, and we have a breakout receiver, and I think I know who it is, and I think you guys will too. See you guys.